I got my tea here. This is peppermint. Okay, let's get into it. You will be okay because you have always been okay. Hello, welcome back. My name is Natalia, and this is Natalia's Alchemy School. So, as the title of the video suggests, you will be okay. Even if you are going through the most difficult period of your life right now, you will be okay. How do I know this? Because I have gone through the same thing. Think about a point of your life. Think about a point in time in life where you were going through the trenches, like things were bad. Things were bad. You don't know how you could have made it to the other side. Think about that time in your life and think about how you've made it out. Think about how you overcame whatever obstacles were thrown in your way. Think about how you endured no matter how hard it got and you made it out of that. Whenever we think back to difficult points of time, we always have this, this hindsight, right? Where it's like, dang, I'm so glad I experienced that because it taught me this. Or I'm so glad that that didn't work out because this better opportunity came only a few weeks later, a few days later. One of those times for me was when I went through the worst breakup of my life in the summer of 2023. I was living in LA because I was completing an internship for graduation. I was graduating in 2024. I was in college at the time. So I think I was like in the last week of my internship, and the person I was dating at the time was in North Carolina. I live in North Carolina, so I was on the opposite side of the country, right, by myself for the first time. Didn't know much people. I ended up making friends eventually, but I was still like very on my own and alone and sad and depressed. So I remember receiving a phone call from them and like the relationship being over in the snap of a finger. And I felt like my life had been ripped away, like my soul had been ripped out of my body. And I remember thinking, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die. That's how bad it was. I thought I was going to die. And if I know some people, like as humans, we've all experienced things or situations where it's like, this is worse than death. This is worse. This is worse. So I didn't die. Yes, I'm here. And now I can look back on that experience and just be so grateful that I had it because that heartbreak broke me open. It broke my heart open. It's what led to my spiritual awakening as I know it now. And I couldn't imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't experienced that. That really was a catalyst to a new beginning in my life, a new sense of purpose and fulfillment in my life. And although I did not know that then, I just knew that I was sad as fuck and I was lonely and I was angry and I was depressed and I was all these things. But now looking at it from where I'm at, I'm like, I'm so grateful. I can find gratitude. I can have gratitude for those points in time where I felt like it was the end for me, where I felt like life was not worth living anymore. So, which is why, this is why I even wanted to bring this to you all because I can tap into the collective. And what I'm sensing is like a lot of people are not okay right now. A lot of people are going through the worst of the worst, whether it's like things, family, people, places, experiences being stripped away from you, whether it's like you coming to remembrance that these limitations and these identities that you've held so close to yourself are not the truth of your beingness, of who you are, whether it's your whole world is falling apart right now and you're seeing the matrix for what it is and you're seeing life for what it is, whatever that may be, whether it is that you're experiencing houselessness or you're experiencing financial troubles, right now, whatever that may be for you. You may feel that while you're in it, where you are at in it right now, that there is no hope for you, that things can't get better, that things look like they're only getting worse. But I am here to tell you, I pulled cards to help me, you know, bring the story to life. Also, if you're interested in tarot and using tarot to tell stories, because the tarot is a reflection of all of us, it's a reflection of all the experiences that we have in our lives, even past these human lives. It just reflects the journey of consciousness. If you're interested in learning how to use them to tell stories, and join our school. Me and my partner, we created a school to help people learn how to use tarot to tell compelling narratives and stories and all that. So whenever that's done, like, the link will be down there for you to join if you're interested in that. But I pulled these two cards, right? This is the Fool card. The Fool is, it was originally the child, the divine child. It is the first card in the major arcana, and it represents an initiation. It represents the starting point. It represents a new journey. Everyone starts here. Everyone starts here. You see that determination in his face, the sun poking out behind him. The sun represents consciousness, and he has a will, you know, he has a will to embark in new territories and places that he's never been before. It's about fucking around and finding out, basically. That's what the Fool is. The Fool does not allow any limitations to hold him back, because he understands that his whimsy, his curiosity is what will lead him. And then we have the World card. So this is the very first card in the deck. This is the very last card in the major arcana. And what the World card represents is the all things coming together for the greater good. Once the Fool goes through its journey and gets to this World card, it understands that every experience that it's ever had, every challenge, every obstacle, anything that has led it to where it's at right now, which is the world, was all working out for a higher good, for a higher purpose, for its divinity, you know? So we had the very first card and the very last card come up whenever I asked about this, what this YouTube video will be about. And that just is so significant, because it represents that wherever you start at and wherever you end up at, the in between does not matter, because you know how it ends. You know how it ends. You know that everything is working out in your highest good, in your highest favor. You know that it all comes together and pieces itself together and makes sense in a way that you couldn't conceptualize in the beginning, that you had no idea of in the beginning. You had no perspective of. All you knew was what was in front of you. But when you get to this point of understanding, of wisdom through experience, it's like, what was I even worried about in the first place? Because I know that when I get to this end, whenever I get to this certain point, of course it all starts over. We repeat these cycles over and over and over again on our journeys. But whenever you get to this point, it's like, that reminds me, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to try to fix anything, because I know that it's all coming together to create a beautiful story in the end, to create a beautiful becoming in the end. Who you are when you get to this point is not who you are when you started this journey. You've been through things. You've overcome obstacles. You faced adversity, and it's what has made you who you are today. So even in the face of adversity, even if you feel like giving up, even if you feel like it doesn't get better, you will always be okay. That is the truth. This is the truth. The falsity is in your ego thinking that it's dying, that it's over, that it's failed. You know, that's the falsehood. The truth of the matter is, no matter what happens, you will always be good. Even if you were to die and transition, you will still exist. you will still exist, and you will always be in love, in joy, in fulfillment, because that is the truth of your nature. That is who you are at your core. You are not any of these falsities that society tries to throw at you, whether that's being lazy or being broke or being alone or lonely or being dumb or being any of these falsehoods. That is not the truth of who you are. No matter what you are experiencing in this moment, know that this story has a happy ending. It has a happy ending. It always does. Remember from your past experiences where you went through things and you didn't think you would go get through them, and you thought that was the end for you, and you thought this is how it ends. I'm done. It's over for me. And then you made it through, and you got better because of what you went through. You learned from those experiences, and you took those lessons with you in order to continue paving your life and creating a life that is beautiful for you. So know that it will always be okay. It will always be okay. And you have to convince yourself of that, because your ego or your limitations may try to make you feel like you're going to die, because that is our primal instinct. It's like unfamiliarity equals death. So we have to make sure we are familiar. So when you find yourself in an unfamiliar spot, you find yourself in something that feels scary, soothe yourself, soothe your nervous system, soothe your beingness. Your state of being is all that matters. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel okay, do that. And I'm not talking about picking up coping mechanisms. No, I'm talking about sitting in the discomfort, sitting in the complexity of your nature, because you can know that this story all ends good and dandy and still be afraid and still be scared and still have doubt. It's okay to hold that complexity. You're a complex being. You were made to hold that. But don't allow the fear to consume you. Don't allow the limitations to consume you. Don't allow these lower ways of thinking and seeing things to consume you, because once you get that bird's eye view, once you have that perspective, you will be so grateful for this experience that you're going through right now. You will be so thankful for everything that you've encountered and been through, because it's molded you into who you are today, who you are becoming. You know, I feel like a lot of us hold this vision of who we're manifesting and the type of person we're becoming and the things we do and the people we hang with and like the materials we possess. But it's like you don't fully understand who that person is. For that person to be who they are and get to that point and have those things, they had to go through things. So whenever you're going through the things, don't forget that this is molding you into this higher version of yourself. It's not ending you. It will not end you. You are more resilient. You are stronger. You are wiser. You're capable of enduring hard things and coming out on top. You always have been. You always will be. Know that your soul will never give you anything that you cannot handle. It's literally impossible. Everything that is thrown your way is because you can handle it and you can overcome it and you can transmute it into your highest good. You are capable of that. So remind yourself of that every day. You will never be given more than you can handle. You will never be in a situation that you cannot overcome. So know that you will be okay, because you have always been okay and you will always be okay. All right? I love you so, so much. If you're interested, grab the Shadow Alchemy Guide. It's going to help you see these darker parts of yourself and transmute them so that you can have access to your gifts, because your shadow holds your gifts. The things that you're most afraid of, the things that you have shoved in the back of your mind and deep down, they hold your gifts. So if you want access to them, do the work that it takes to get to them. Grab the Shadow Alchemy Guide below. And also, again, if you're interested in using the tarot, learning the journey of the tarot and how it reflects our consciousness, and then using it to tell stories that move people, that inspire people, that change the lives of those who encounter these stories, then join our school. I don't know if the link is down there yet, but whenever it is, it'll be down there. So I love you all so, so much. I wish you nothing but the best on your journey. Know that you will be just fine, and you are just fine. There is no greater moment than the one that you are in right now. So be okay with where you are right now and bask in it, because it doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever. The same way that the bad passes, the good also passes. So learn to enjoy every fleeting moment, because soon it will not exist anymore. I love you all so much. And until I see you all again, peace and love to you all. Bye.